Almighty God, and most gracious Father, give me grace to hear thee calling on me in thy word, that it may be wisdom, righteousness, reconciliation, and peace. Grant that I may hear it with reverence, receive it with meekness, mingle it with faith, and that it may accomplish in me, gracious God, the good work for which thou hast sent it. Bless my family, kindred, friends, and country. Be our God and guide us this day and forever for his sake, who lays down in the grave and rose again for us, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Karen Andriola asserts, where have all the heroes gone? Modern history books give little space to the life struggles and triumphs of any but very few of those who have made an important mark in history. Biographies of noble men and women teach more than textbook history. By taking us into the lives of those who have gone before, not only do these accounts bring earlier times alive for us, but the examples set before us of devotion, ingenuity, generosity, endurance, courage, industriousness, patriotism, repentance, and selflessness convince us that these virtues are attainable. Such biographies inspire us to seize for ourselves the qualities we see exemplified in the lives portrayed. It's rare for me to find a book, especially on George Washington, that has information that I haven't already read or known about, and this book definitely delivered that. I'm so glad I read it, and I'm so glad I have this opportunity to share it with you. So stay tuned for more details. Friends, readers, and viewers. So this book was sent to me by the publisher in exchange for our review, and guess what? It is part of a giveaway. I'm sure many of you have read and loved the author Demi. We really love the author and illustrator Demi. There's some definitely fun illustrations in these books, and we have checked out so many from our library. President's Day has come and gone, but you know what? We are doing American history, and we did already go past this time point, but next year, as we go into our world history, we're going to be coming over this again, but even more very cool was how far back this book goes. So it starts very simply. It's so beautiful, and we learn a little bit about that, but then we're going to go back and basically kind of see more about what made George Washington the character he was, and our present knowledge of him. And I'm not going to share everything. I really don't want to spoil the book. It's a beautiful book, and I'm so excited that I get to give this away. But I will also be purchasing this for our homeschool library because I really do love it. Okay, this book has about 39 pages, and it is so full of information. Yes, there's information we know about how the Declaration came and how the Constitution came, but it goes back more into his faith as who he was as a man. His faith in God and his character that pretty much shaped his whole life. I just really don't feel like I'm going to give this justice. But the book is so simply illustrated. It's not like it's dumbed down in the illustrations, if that makes sense, but that it's more child friendly. Like, I really thought that my children could see themselves doing a lot of the stuff. Like, the character became alive, and there were some parts that of course they knew and they were able to tell back, but at the same time they got to see some of the backstory of these. George Washington is definitely a beloved character, and you know, there is only so many books that you can have about characters, but I really loved it. It was not twaddled down. You know how some of them, they're just like, okay, I've heard all of this information, and it's just pretty pictures with the same old information. This wasn't. This really did focus more on his faith and his trust in the Lord Almighty, and that was definitely a more pleasant experience in reading about him. So what I would like to do, and to give this away, I would like to keep this open for 1 week. Here's the date you have to enter it. I'm going to put it right here, and be sure to enter it before that time, and then I will announce the winners the next day. Just comment down below that you're interested, and maybe tell me something about George Washington that you really like. Is there a quote that you like by him? Is there something that you really were encouraged about growing up? Something that inspired you? Just leave a comment below and you will be entered. I can't wait to see who wins. Thanks for watching. And let's give a big thumbs up for the publishers that sent this to me to review it for you. Miss Catherine says, what did you think of the book when I read it to you? What did you think of it?
Good.
Was it good?
Yeah. I guess
What?
we went to Jude's birthday.
You got to go to a birthday party?